Okay, everybody, welcome to our July webinar. We have our guest, Sreeni Balaji with Limesite. I am Jimmy King with BankingBridge. And we really wanted to hit on website design, landing page design. We have tons of questions about that from our customers, and then really the demos that we do with mortgage companies about lead conversion and what they can do to improve. So want to bring Sreeni in. As a little bit of background with Sreeni, he is our lead designer at BankingBridge. So all the really awesome tools that we build, the rate table, the rate subscription, emails, everything, the way our website, bankingbridge.com, is designed, that's all from Sreeni. And he has lots of knowledge, one about the mortgage industry, two about mortgage websites, and then three just about designing tools that will convert people from a visitor into a lead. So Sreeni, tell us a little bit about yourself and give us a little insight into your background.
Sure. Thanks, Jamie. Thanks for the nice introduction, and thanks for having me here. Yesterday, I complete 9 years as a designer. I started in the same time, 2015. Worked as a design consultant for early stage startups to billion-dollar companies now. And my 9 to 5 is like it is to try users tie users goals with business goals, and I help businesses to get more business. That's my 9 to 5. And yeah, of course, I'm also part of Banking Bridge. It's been about almost 2.5 years now. I found the opportunity. I saw a gap in the market, and I started Limesite in 2000 Jan 2024. And I've been helping lenders who want to start out from the crowd, and who want to convert their websites visitors into leads and have a premium looking sites at an affordable cost through Limesite. Um, yeah, that's it's going good for the past 7 months.
Good, good. And the purpose of this webinar for the people that are on the webinar, one is you can ask questions. So in chat, there's a chat feature here. If you have a question, feel free to throw that in chat. Sreeni will read it off and answer it. We'll go through those every maybe 2 to 3 slides. We'll stop for questions. And then the second thing is you have to be willing to make an investment into your website. We're going to talk about that, but the key thing is we see so many websites where maybe the person built it, the mortgage person built it themselves, but today's day and age, your website is your corporate headquarters. It is your office on the corner now. So you really need to think about increasing your investments into your website because it's that important to your brand. And we're going to go through those things today. So talk about, what do I want to do in my website? I know nothing. I want to optimize my website for lead conversion. Tell us a little bit about how we should view our website.
Yeah, I want to kick off this conversation by creating some awareness because I've been speaking to a lot of lenders and brokers, regarding their website because they came to Lineside to do a revamp, or like they want to change, or they want to switch from a templated site. Um, and I asked them like why you need to change that. The one common thing they say is one thing they have in common is they want to improve their brand image. Actually, your website can do a lot more than that, which lenders are not aware, and it's a key source of your high quality leads. It's like a person working for your brand 24/7 to get your leads, which you can work on. Of course, like you need to set it up right. You need to have proper funnels inside your site to get that thing. But every visitor that comes to your website, that lands on your website, is a person knocking at your door with a bag full of cash, and they want to do business with you. But if you don't have your website optimized to attract them and convert them, you already lost the deal. You lost the opportunity of making money. That's I have been in the industry for 9 years, and I exactly know what users do with the site and how businesses fail to leverage it. So imagine your website as like a as a supermarket. Like you go to a supermarket. Your supermarket won't have windows if you have noticed. They will let you walk through the whole supermarket, all aisles, before you reach the billing area. They have chocolate bars next to the billing area to make you stop and shop while in the queue. All that is strategy, all that is, the whole supermarket has strategy that's built in such a way that you are, once you enter this supermarket, you are into their funnel. You are inside their funnel already. The same set of things can be implemented to your site. It's website, here your website is a supermarket, and we have few principles which guide us to implement the same exact strategy, which will make your website visitors to convert into leads. We get their details when they just imagine you give your business card to somebody, and the first thing they're gonna do is they're gonna Google you, and they're going to look at your website. That's your brand image. But once they come inside, you need to convert them. But most of the websites I see, most of the mortgage website I see, they're not converting. They are just selling what they're doing. But they just exist. That's it. It doesn't do the job. So I think this is the awareness which lenders lack, and that's where we come into the picture as designers to help you get more business.
So when you think about your grocery store analogy, which is very good, you've got people that are knocking on your door, which they're visiting your website. And if your website is from 5 years ago or 7 years ago, or even more than that, it screams, I'm either no longer in business or I don't care about my business. It's no different than if you walk into a grocery store and there's dirt on the floor and there's rats eating the
Exactly.
bread. It's the same thing. So you you have to have a good website these days
Yeah.
because
On the other hand, on
Mhm.
the opposite side, there is like really good supermarkets, which has proper foods. They don't have rats. They know where to guide their guide their customers.
Right.
Exactly. Who are they going to choose? Is it you or them? It's
That's right.
it's it's obvious. Like they're gonna go to the best one, with a brand new website. Yeah,
Yep.
it's
And so much, we'll go to the next slide, but so much nowadays is you can have a nice storefront on one side of the street. On the other side of the street, you have a bad storefront. Same thing with a mortgage company is they're so easy to find now online. If you have a brand, when someone visits your website uh, and it stands out versus the next link or the next mortgage company online that they go to that doesn't, your chances of improving that visitor into a conversion is much higher. So you have to think about all this stuff goes together. It does to the effect of it does improve your brand and your branding and your brand awareness, but it is much more than that. So key things, I guess we got three things here, 3 to 4 things that are really what you're looking for in a website that makes it stand out.
exactly. So we are not limited to these. Like these are like or at least the basic the fundamentals to have a great mortgage website. These things contribute to it. The first one being intuitive navigation. The one worst thing I see in all mortgage websites are with the lenders who have mortgage websites with whom I talk to, is that they have the headers filled with menus. Having the menus under a tab that doesn't even make sense. For an example, they put about us inside loan programs, which doesn't make sense. It's like, again, I'll go back to the supermarket example. It's like having fruits, like somebody walked into your store and you have fruits in meat section, because people are going to naturally go to fruit section to see fruits, but they're not going to see it there. They're going to see it in the meat section. That's how you have structured your site or your supermarket. So they're going to kind of get confused, and they're going to be disappointed. That's one of the major stuff about intuitive navigation. Having intuitive navigation is really, really important for users, where the whole experience is focused on their goal, why they have come to the site. instead of you selling about yourself. You know, the second of all is having a mobile first approach. Consumers' preference have changed over the years, and a lot of people are now switching to mobiles. They're like they're just coming from a mobile, just like how they use Instagram. You know, people access your site from the mobile on the go, and if you don't have your site optimized for mobile, then you're already losing business. I'll also back it up with an example which I experienced personally. We had our Limesite.io website up in a few weeks back. So we started with desktop, and we went live with the desktop. So we wanted to release the mobile version later. Um, but when we started looking at the clarity, that we have the clarity integration, which is the analytics tools, which we have, we can see like how users navigate through the site. We saw that a lot of people logged in are like they came uh, through their mobile, and they were looking at the site, and when they went to the farm where they had a funnel, it was like broken because we didn't work on it, and they naturally left. We lost a lot of business because of that. Imagine how many lenders are losing the business right now if they don't have their mobile optimized site. That's the one of the top things I would say you need to take care of. Like even you go for mobile first approach instead of starting with your desktop, start with your mobile. You know,
Hmm.
that's where a lot of traffic comes in. And the consumers' preference have shifted to mobile, you know. It's like it should be like Instagram. You see Instagram, you can use Instagram in both in desktop and in mobile, but in mobile it gives a much more better experience, and it's specifically designed for mobiles. It's responsive, so you need to have the same approach for your site as well and make it mobile first.
Hmm.
Design it mobile first. Um, Third one being call to actions. Um, you know, a lot of lender sites which I see is doesn't even have actionable CTAs. It's just like contact us. You know, nobody's gonna click on it. It will just exist, and nobody's gonna do anything with it. And also on the other hand, there are a few lenders who have a lot of CTAs in one place. You know, it's it's like the decision making process is going to suffer when they have many options, you know, when they have many CTAs, or if they don't have actionable CTA. And and the study suggests that having proper actionable CTAs is going to increase your conversion rate by 200%. It's like you have an actionable CTA and connect it. It's called a CTA in the sense that it's a button in your site, and you have to connect that button to your funnel. And wherever you see the site, like when there is a button, it needs to be connected to your funnel. You just have to put them through that aisle, which I was talking about. And and the the and the trust as a factor is very crucial, very crucial for in your website. It's like it's going to do the job without you being there. It's going to build that sense of security, or like give that sense of credibility to the users when you have trust badges or reviews and video testimonials in your site. Like we have recent success with video testimonials for our clients, and people love to see real faces through videos, and it's important that you have it in autoplay so that when they scroll through the site, the video is going to autoplay. It's already playing. They don't have to click on something to play. You know, so we reduce the actions they take in your site, and they're going to naturally see what you talk, and they love seeing real people in videos, and having video testimonials is definitely worth it. And that's the second one is the reviews. You know, having you might have reviews in Zillow, Google, Yelp, experience.com. Showcase that in your site as much as possible, because they have discovered you, and it's your responsibility to build trust, you know. And having a site which looks premium at the same time has a lot of white space and thoughtfully designed, is going to naturally build trust with your users, with your customers,
Mhm.
and and also some trust badges, which you like the example we have for a bank. It's like a trust badge. They're gonna believe that, okay, I feel secure with this company, and they love to read reviews online. You can also make or like make the reviews available in your site, and I guess it's going to build trust really quick, and they're gonna choose you over your competition because you have already. That's trust is an important factor for anyone,
Yeah.
and
On that, I would say on the trust part is, yeah, I recently moved to. I lived in Charleston, South Carolina, my entire life, and I recently moved to Miami 3 or 4 years ago, and I don't know anything here. I don't know any of the restaurants. I don't know the gyms. I don't know anything.
yeah,
So I Google everything, and I think, and I look at reviews I'm looking for reviews. So reviews of a restaurant or a service or anything I'm looking for. It's the same thing with in the mortgage industry is it's a big time purchase for a lot of people, and if you don't have your reviews on your website and you're dealing with someone from out of town or they've never heard from you, the chances of you converting that go way down. So to Sreeni's point, videos and reviews, trust badges are great if you have them, but videos and reviews are something that you can control and you should have on your website. And if you don't, you don't really have an excuse today of why you can't have good video content and have at least a Google My Business getting reviews there on that side of it. So, Sreeni, at this point, let's any questions in chat? Feel free to throw those questions. Do you anything in there?
not yet. Yeah,
Not yet. All right.
no,
So, if you
sir.
have any questions, put those in chat. And when we talk about where most leads convert, you've got the hero section, and then you mentioned some too many calls to action, not enough calls to action. So, uh, what's going on with these two examples?
Exactly. There are a lot of touch points in your site which contributes to lead conversion, but your hero section is your hero. Like if 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 you improve your hero section today, you're already in the top 10%, beating the competition. That's how you stand out from the crowd. Because 90% of the mortgage websites don't even have a proper hero. And it's often overlooked, It's an opportunity for you to build trust quickly using the hero section. And I would tell you like why it is a critical touch point before I jump into these examples. Because 70% of your website visitors don't even pass, I mean, they don't even scroll past the hero section. It's like, 100% of the traffic views your hero section, but only 70% of them or 30% of them would scroll through till the bottom. So it's your first impression of your brand, and it's important to make sure that you have a proper hero section to convert leads. Um, and you could see that we have two samples here, of the hero section, of the bad hero section. It's like sadly there are a lot of these kind of examples, especially in the mortgage industry. These doesn't convince a customer that they should do business with you. Um, but by solving this problem in your site, it also gives you an opportunity to have a competitive edge. And if you look at the first example, Stone Creek Mortgage, they don't have a proper call to action. They don't have any trust building elements. There is no reviews, no badges. They don't have a value proposition. It's what you see is our commitment to you. Who like the users are not going to care about it, your commitment. It's about, you already lost a lot of business. You're losing a lot of business while we are talking. And on the other side, Shining Star Funding, they have too many call to actions, and and that's like I don't know where to click now. It's like a buy a home or tap my equity. I don't know. But one good thing they have done here is they have reinforced the questions a user might have in their head. No documents required, no impact on your credit score. But they fail to do have a clear messaging on the top. They don't propose any value. It's just getting started. get pre-qualified, and it doesn't convince a user to take an action here. It takes a lot to convince a user to detect their mouse, or like move their mouse and click on something. It's a completely different game. And yeah, and also you could see that there are a lot of menus in the header. And and this is a really good example of like me telling you about the having carrot, or like the fruits in the meat section. They they they, they just have menus. Whatever the menus they have, they just have made it as they made it available, and just looks cluttery. It's the sweet spot is having 4 to 5 menus on the top, and group it properly. If something relates to another, if it's something is relevant, you just group them together and have a proper menu.
Hmm.
Yeah, you will see that in the next slide, like how to do that.
Yeah, we see a lot of outdated images too, and the background image of the hero section. So the hero sections here is an image from 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 years ago, and to swap out an image on your website is very easy. It takes 10 seconds, 30 seconds. So be even if you don't have the resources to build a new website, you can always go through your existing website and update the images to something that's from the last couple of years, and just that would help. So you've got some secrets of what every kind of designer skill set, from if you have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years of experience, is going to try to do with a website. So tell us a little bit about this.
Yeah, I'll break it down. I'll break it down. Like what top companies designers have, or like what they do to convert leads. It's The first thing is, there are a few guiding principles for us, but these are the top two. The first, which is again relevant. The first thing is F pattern. So many would have not known about this. What they don't know about is, in 2006, Jacob Nielsen, he found during the eye tracking studies that a human, when they don't scan, I mean they don't read the site. Whatever you put, it's a document or a web page, anything, they don't read. They just scan. They skim through the information. It's important that um, when people move, or like when they browse through a web page, their eyes usually move in a pattern that looks like a F. They start at the top left. That's where a lot of logos are present. That's the first thing they see, and they read across the top, and then they move a bit and then read across again. But they don't go as far down. They start skimming information. That's why I say hero section is very important for lead conversion, and that's the most critical touch point. And that is the reason why we have logos placed on the top left, because of that. We should leverage this and strategically place elements for conversion, just like how a supermarket places chocolates near the checkout queue. Um, it's it's one of the top patterns which all the designers at all top companies like Banner.com, Quicken Loans, they all use it. You could see it from the example. They also use this principle, which is like second top principle which we use. Like, we try to reduce the clutter inside. We 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 take away all that is messing around with the goal of the user. It's like anything that doesn't serve a user's goal needs to be removed. Meaning, for a mortgage website, here you could see that better.com, what they have, it's just 3 words: mortgages made simple, and trust building factors, which is like a Google reviews. It's a big company, it's a billion-dollar company, but they're still reinforcing the trust with the reviews. And on the left, they have a clear CDO. It's start my approval. It's a clean start. It's a call to action, and you could see that just below that they have used no credit card required. It's the psychological barrier a user has before they click on it, and they're solving this, and they reduce. the clutter. They removed everything else in the site. If you look at the site, maybe we can have it in the end. But it's so crystal clear. You can it guides users. This is what what other companies like Quicken Loans, NerdWallet, Bankrate, everybody does this. They have tested it. It's important that we steal their ideas, and use it and leverage it. So wherever possible, complexity should be avoided, and it needs to be. And if it is complex, it needs to be broken down into manageable steps for our users. Like a very good example of a KISS principle is implied in Apple products, all the Apple products. When when BlackBerry had a complex UI with too many buttons and a joystick to move around inside the phone, iPhone got rid of it. Apple got rid of it because they got rid of almost all the buttons. They had just one. We don't even have anything now. We don't have a button at all on my iPhone. That's the best example of KISS principle. And we need to take advantage of this.
So what you're saying is, like we run up against this a lot when we design new features and new products, is it's almost better to take things away than to add things. You would always want to ask yourself, why do we need to add this to the website or as a feature, or is it going to clutter something? And a great example, even if you look at the difference between better on the left and quicken on the right, the better example on their website design is, to me, is superior because it conveys a message very clearly. It conveys trust, and it's very simple. So you have the simple navigation versus you do have a lot more going on here with Quicken and a lot more tabs and things in the header. So when in doubt, I think Sreeni does a fantastic job of taking things away or minimizing things and only let the most important things stand out for keeping it simple.
Mm-hmm.
There.
Right.
And the Apple products are a great example of that as well. So breaking down your hero section. So whether it's a website or it's a landing page, do the same principles apply for that?
Yes. So the hero section is common for everything, and the whole website follows those principles. So this is a good example of or like anatomy of a hero section, and we use it for landing pages, whatever. Like the foundation is the same, and you can literally steal this cheat sheet and have it in your site. That's a giveaway of this webinar. Like if you make this change, and if you make your site very similar to this, you're gonna have a lot of lead conversion.
Mm-hmm.
That's you will be already in the top 10% of people converting leads. So yeah, what makes this best? Why I say it's best? It has the proper value proposition. The first point which you see here, it has short H1 copy, the heading copy, and it clearly states the value proposition. It's like you are a mortgage company and you can get a mortgage without a hassle. So that's the message we give to them, and all the additional details, anything that you want to explain more, should go inside the subheading, which is just below that, and you could see how it is designed. The top H1 copy, get a mortgage without the hassle, is in bold and in big letters. That gains the attention. And the second one, the subheading, is designed in such a way that it's small. And if users want to dig into more information, then they can read through it. That's how they scan. That's where we put F pattern into practice. And on the top, if you see the headers, we don't have more than four. We have everything grouped together in one single drop down for about us and loan programs. It's super clear for users that okay, they're gonna it's fruits and they're gonna see apples and oranges inside. So that's how you make it intuitive for them. And the third one is, I mean, the second one is clear and actionable CTA, which we talked about, which connects to a funnel. understand it differs for each and every website. For banking bridge, it's different, right? It's a for a mortgage website, it's different. So we should have clear and actionable CDAs which align to users' goal of coming to this website. Here, for a mortgage website, they want they came here because they want a free rate code, and that's the CTA which we have come up with. Like they either may have purchase as a scenario or refinance as a scenario, and they want a free rate code, free custom rate code, because the scenario differs for each and every one, and they're gonna get it. Getting the free rate code is something which builds curiosity, which attracts them to make a move. It's like an incentive. It's like incentivizing their actions.
Hmm.
Because, like I said, it's hard to make a user click on something. You know, they're not here to explore stuff. If it's not interesting, they're gonna leave. And and the third one, answer their psychological barriers. Like they might have questions in their head. In this particular scenario, having like clicking on this or like getting a free custom rate code, would that impact their credit score? Will there be any hidden cost? It's like you say it's free, but it might incur some cost, right? So we make that clear. We don't ask you for any documents. So you can be 100% sure that you can click on it and make use of it. And you have a proper funnel inside to capture the information, which I talk about. That's a whole different story. We're just talking about like getting their attention till now. That's the next topic which I will talk about. The fourth one being reviews and badges to build trust instantly. A lot of sites which you see will have testimonials, which is good. If it's a video testimonial, it's even more good. But having it in the bottom of your site is something which you can change, and you can have those gist stuff like it teach the trust or like teach the reviews on the top, which is going to help them make a decision of clicking that particular button here. And that's yeah. Um, it's all
We
about like hmm,
we
go
see
ahead.
that a lot. You're right with the reviews, and if you think about Amazon, when you shop on Amazon, you see the product, and then the reviews are right at the top.
Hmm.
And so many mortgage companies, they do have reviews, and they have a lot of reviews, but they make it so hard to find them. They've buried them in About Us, or they've, like you said, they buried them in the bottom of the page, and nobody's ever going to scroll down there. So
Exactly.
building what exactly what Sreeni is saying is having these badges that show, one is I'm in business, I'm actually in business, I'm doing business, I do a good job. It will definitely help on the conversion side. So take those reviews, either move them out of About Us, maybe they're on their own section, or move them higher in your website. That will is an easy win for you as well. So now that we've talked about the actual site design, a couple of things in the hero section that are the fundamentals of a great website. Okay, we're trying to convert leads. At the end, we're making this investment to our website, and now we want to actually get leads from it. We want to generate ROI. So we've got this framework here of conversion. And what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. Um, so this is my own framework which I use even at BankingBridge to convert a lead. You know, it's it's the hardest part. Like we make them click on a CTA. That's okay. That we use F patterns. That's okay. But how do you keep them motivated, and how do you get their details? That's the hardest part. So getting their attention is by having or like having a CTA which resonates with them, which resonates with their goal, why they visit that site. But the second step is really important, like having having to build a curiosity of they clicked on something, right? They clicked on a custom rate code, and at the end of the funnel, they're going to see a rate code in the end. But if you show the rate code, you're not giving anything for. I mean, you are giving it for free, for real. But what I use is I tease some value in the examples you see. we have when the users go through the lead workflow in BankingBridge, in the end of the after they answer a lot of questions, in the end of the funnel, in the final page, we show them the rates. But it is masked, it's blurred, and
Mm-hmm.
they have to enter their details, or they have to log in, and we get their email and their phone number in the final step before we show them the real rates. It depends based on your scenario. You show some rates, and if they want to dig into more rates, then they can um, they can trade their personal details for more value. So it's like you have to teach them some value and then create more value for their details, and then you get the lead. It's about, this is what the framework I use in all the banking best products, for Limesite, for to convert a lead, and um, that's by me. Yeah.
So let's talk through that. It's such a great example. In the mortgage business, you're a mortgage company, and really your unique value proposition outside of getting to have a conversation with a loan officer, or maybe you have some expertise, is really at the very beginning is rates. The rates are what drive the consumer's interest, and that is the value that they want from you. So what we're doing here with this example, at the conversion step at the end of the workflow, is what Sreeni has designed is we have live rates. So we're showing them, oh man, you get live rates. We've got your offers. So he's building all this curiosity. And okay, now we're getting your phone. We need your email and your phone number. And people are like, oh no. But if they feel like they're getting enough value, which is I've got live rates, I've got 8 offers, and these people, they're doing a bunch of reviews, they're doing a great job, I'm more willing to give them my information. So great example of being able to trade the value of a mortgage company to the consumer if you don't have live rates. So let's say we have the same example and you tell them all these things. Oh, I'm going to give you a live rate quote. It only takes 60 seconds. Just give us, answer these 8 to 10 questions. And then they get to the end and they don't get rates. That is not the ideal way to build trust between you and the consumer. And we see that a lot. So as a mortgage company, you can do all kinds of really, really cool stuff with rates. And that's what the consumer wants. So you trade the value of your rate for the consumer's information, and they're a lot more willing to do that. So this framework, we use it all the time. Sreeni is an expert on it, but it does work, and it's everything that we do. So we want to do a couple live examples of some websites. And real quick, Sreeni, is there anything in chat? Any questions?
Yeah, let me check that. It's from Edward. What website platform do you use? Can I update pages as needed with an admin login to the backside? How often do you update the site to keep it up with trends? So how often do you update the site to keep it up with trends? The trends, it differs every year. The trend change every year, and at least at Limesite, we give the lenders an option to switch to a new design, because we don't sell our designs to more than 15 customers, and we keep investing in our new website trends. So the thing which you see now will be outdated in a year, and it should and that's the thing. Like you should be switching to a new trend, and you can't do it if you have a custom website build. You need to put in all the efforts, but that's where we are trying to make it easy for our customers to freely switch designs every year to a fresh one, which is much more trendy. At the same time, not losing any conversion. We use the same principles which we talked about, practice and principle, to have our templates ready.
Mm-hmm. So most website companies now, if they do templates, which a lot of them do, Limesite does, there's a few others out there. The issue that we see with templates is they don't update them with the trend. And what we typically see is if you're paying $99 a month or $79 a month, it may feel like a lot, but you don't get a lot with that. And if you're willing to pay a little bit more per month in your website subscription, typically reinvested into that website company's business, and they're going to give you the latest trends. They're going to bring in new ideas. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for, okay, if I have to spend double or triple of what $79 a month, what do you get for that? And that's a very good question, is like keeping up with the trends. So this Fifth Avenue lending team, to walk you through the hero section of what Sreeni just discussed, was new brand, new company. They don't have a ton of reviews. Great, but they do have some reviews. And just having those in your website, whether you have 5, 10, or 1,000, it's very important to have those here. You've got your clear calls to action of what you get, so the trade of value. And then when you click on the buttons, that's when you have BankingBridge going through the workflow questionnaire, that's building the curiosity, that's connected to your pricing engine. And then when you get to the end, they're able to view rates right there in your website. So here is a really good way. Also, Sreeni, you can talk about like the header section with shop rates. Tell us a little bit about like compelling, interesting information. Why would they want to have rates in their mortgage website?
Yeah. I think there is a lot of things that I hear, but the most common thing is people are switching to, the mindset is shifting, and they want to show live rates in their site, and and we they have their pricing engine. They it might be loan sifted, or they might have subscribed to Poly, or um, you know from Martech. It's important to show rates in their site. Like when they come to us, they ask like, hey, can I show live rates in your site? Like that's when we added shop rates as a separate page,
Mhm.
which when a website visitor comes in here, they can run their own scenarios. They can run their own pricing scenarios, and they can get an instant rate code. And that's something which was a most asked feature, and we couldn't do it by ourselves. Like that's when BankingBridge came into the picture. Like they could you could integrate. I mean, we could integrate BankingBridge, and users can run their scenarios. And of course, like if you go to the homepage, we tease this information in the homepage. If you move below, if you scroll a little bit down, in the second section, you see is what are today's rates. They wanna see the users, the consumers. They wanna see what are today's rates, and they wanna keep up with the trend. And if they see any favorable rates, they're gonna lock in. So they check this. This is like keeping their the overall goal is to increase the average time spent on a page for a user. That's your metric. You know, all the ways you should try to increase that metric. And for bad websites, it's less than 15 seconds. Meaning, in 15 seconds, people are gonna lose interest, and they're gonna close this website and move out. But for a very good designed website, it's more than 2 minutes. Anything that is more than 2 minutes is a winner. And if it's like 5 minutes, then it's the best. And these shop rates, I mean, the rate table which you see here is is making them stay here for a long time. They run multiple scenarios. It's sticky. It's increases. Like of course, like not many lenders show it on the site, and that's where they lose out on a lot of business. And if you're being transparent with your rates, you can show it. I recommend this
Yeah.
feature for all people who have mortgage websites.
So as we wrap up our July webinar, if you want to reach out to Sreeni for a website, you have questions, he didn't answer them here on the call, you can reach hello at limesite.io. You can check out his website. It's limesite.io. Again, Sreeni designs everything for BankingBridge, and he helps with video, all the video stuff. So he has a very good eye with latest trends and how to build a website. So reach out to him. And we appreciate everybody joining this month. Anything you want to leave with, Sreeni?
Yeah, I think like, yeah, feel free to reach out to us, hello@limesite.io. And I think from the chat, Edward, he asked a lot of questions about Limesite. That's why I didn't read all the questions. Maybe Edward, we can have a chat. Please reach out to me in hello@limesite.io, and I can
Great.
give you all the details you need.
Thanks everyone for joining, and we'll catch you on the next in August webinar. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Shane. Bye-bye.